So let's look at how we insert a scan ladder scan body. The first thing to remember is that the screws, the rows of screws that come with the kit, are individual and separate to the scan body itself. So the first step is to place the rows and screw within the cylinder at the back of the scan body. In this case, we're referring to this portion here as the back of the scan body, and the front as where the shapes are that differentiate each and every one of the scan ladder scan bodies. Once we've inserted that screw, then the next step is to hold the scan body through the top of the cylinder and the back wedge of the scan body itself. This allows you to be able to place it within the mouth nice and easy, being able to place it not only onto a multi-unit, but be able to drive down with a little bit of force on the top of the cylinder. So if we place that, the second thing we want to look at is the position of the scan body itself as we're placing it. And you can see in this case, I've placed the existing scan bodies in here on this model so that they are centrally focused with everything converging on a small area. We're going to discuss why that's important on a separate video. But for now, it's important to note that we've just centralized everything so that potentially it could be picked up within one single frame. So the multi-unit's exposed, we've got good hold of the scan body, and the scan body itself sits down onto the multi-unit. We're directing that force to make sure it has a good seat, and then we're using our other hand to hold both the front and the back of the scan body whilst we grab the screwdriver. The screwdriver then passes down through the cylinder, and we're screwing this down just until hand tightness. We don't need to go too heavy with this, just hand tightness, holding the scan body in place so that it's screwed down firmly and that the scan body itself doesn't move. Keep in mind that the position in the mouth is important, because if we converge things but there's something in the way of that convergence like the tongue, then that potentially might get in the way or knock these scan bodies. Whilst these scan bodies have the benefit of the rows and screw compressing the scan bodies down, the main thing that we need to make in mind here that if we converge everything and there's a tongue in the way, it might be difficult for the scanner to be able to access that area. So another option might be that if we place shorter scan bodies towards the back and angle them forward, and also longer scan bodies to reach into that cavity. The benefit of that might be in a certain situation where there's a lot of soft tissue. You can see here in this area, this soft tissue is still exposed. So matching those two data sets will be easier because of that soft tissue area to be able to see on both the dentulous scan and also the scan body scan where we positioned everything. But likewise, if we position the front scan bodies here towards the anterior section of the mouth as longer and point those back, and the shorter ones to the side, depending on the width of the mouth, then we can still centralize but be able to attach these, given a greater area at the front to be able to have more data of the edentulous situation. So whilst we can always look at providing either the long scan bodies towards the back or the front, the main goal should be convergence, leaving some areas of the arch uncovered to be able to data match the soft tissue. Other than that, the other thing to keep in mind that is if these go loose at any time, let's say that they've knocked loose a little bit, it's important during the match and during the placement to be able to tighten these down. And I would suggest that if something does get knocked loose, then the key area to be able to match is this central portion. So start again and be able to just match that area. We're going to talk about scanning a little bit later on. So the important thing for now is just to keep in mind that the position of this centrally focused is key, because we want to minimize the amount of surface area of that scanner that is captured in the number of frames that have to be interpolated and put together and matched.